They putting our stuff out in the rain, y'all. In the rain. 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 This guy, James right here. This guy right here is putting our stuff out in the rain.
This stuff was out there before the rain. You sat there waiting time.
Putting us out in the rain. In the rain, y'all. In the rain, y'all. I begged for them to wait. We was getting everything. Literally, I begged. We black. We all black here. We all black here.
In the rain. It wasn't raining when they left.
They don't care. They didn't look at the forecast. No one gave a fuck.
It was always gonna rain.
I never knew it was going.
If we
Wow. I hope all y'all reap what the fuck y'all sow. I hope and I pray, Lord. If there's a God above, I hope you fucking hear me, because this ain't fucking right. This ain't right.
What did I walk into this time?
I just lost all my fucking Section 8 because you steady want to play with the police, keep going to jail, back to back. Now it's on me to take care of you.
I told you I'm going to figure it out, bro. Don't worry about the kids. Y'all can go stay with my sister.
Told you.
Y'all can go stay with my sister for a minute, bro.
You
but you know, like, they keep
to get off
me,
my
bro.
Section 8.
Fuck
when I kept telling your ass to get out and leave and just let me take you off, your ass should have let me do it. Now
like,
I'm sitting here
it's not my fault. They
to
took
figure
your
this
Section
shit out.
8. It's not my fault. You don't have a house
stay with
no
your
more.
sister. I don't want to stay with no fucking body.
It's not on me. You keep trying to blame this shit on me because you and your kids don't got nowhere to stay now. I'm good. I'm going to my mama's house. Like I said, y'all can go to my sister's crib.
I'm not going to nobody's house.
You steady trying to put all this shit on me. It's not happening. It's not working. Fuck is you talking about, bro? That shit dead.
Okay, well, you gonna take your kids.
Oh, well. No,
since you're the one who made us lose it.
Since
you're the one who made us lose our Section 8, you're going to take your fucking kids.
I'm taking
and you're going to figure out y'all living
situation.
situation. I'm going to get back on my feet without you, and I'm coming back for my kids.
What the fuck is you talking
Simple.
about? I don't get no fuck either.
No. She says we have 24 hours. I don't know because Section 8 didn't pay this month or last month. You guys, my landlord just showed up to our house, our trailer, okay? And told me that we have 24 hours to move. 24 hours, not even 24 hours. She's giving me till 4 o'clock tomorrow to be out. Me and my 6 kids, because Section 8 didn't pay our rent this month. And then when she went to go look back, because they didn't pay this last month, she realized they haven't paid in 3 months. And you're just now telling me? Just now. She doesn't even have an eviction on paper. She's threatening to turn off the utilities if we're not gone by tomorrow. Where the hell am I going to go with 6 kids? Where? Because anywhere I go, I'm going to need first and last month's rent. And then she expects me to come up with almost $4,000 in back rent because Section 8 decided they weren't going to pay my rent. This is bullshit. What kind of rights do I have? She can't do this to us. Where are we going?
Hey YouTube, hope you guys are all having a great day. Today we're watching a bunch of TikToks talking about people getting kicked off of Section 8. I feel like this is like a common thing happening right now, and I think if you're on Section 8, it's something that you should be concerned of, so make sure you pay attention to this video. Ignore my messy ass bed back here. You know what I mean? I kind of made it a little bit, but you know, not really. So let's just get into the video.
So my landlord just left my house. I get a knock at the door. It's Saturday, a little bit before noon. I open it. It's my landlord. I'll let her in. She hands me this. She's giving me 24-hour notice that Section 8 is not paying my June rent tomorrow. Rent is due tomorrow. $1,100. $1,100. She expects me to come up with. Because they are no longer paying my rent, I have to pay it out of my pocket. I don't work. I'm not going to work. I will never have a job, ever. How does the government expect me to keep a roof over my 6 kids' head without Section 8. Just because I've been on it for 13 years doesn't mean I don't need it anymore. I need it now more than ever. $1,100. And you expect me to come up with that in 24 hours. Or I have to get out. So pretty much I'm going to be out on the streets. Because there's no way I can come up with $1,100.
Okay, so it's on the CNN News. So the month of November, they told all the southern states to hold back Section 8 and their EBT benefits, okay? So that means that no Thanksgiving and no Christmas, okay? So therefore, you know what? Whoop-de-doo, okay? Whoop-de-doo. Because let me tell you something, American people. It was only supposed to have been a temporary thing, okay? I'm hearing people all up on this internet here talking about what they're gonna do. They was getting $4,200 a month. Oh, what they was gonna do? They was getting $1,200 a month in food stamps. But they all on iPhones. You're on iPhones. You're on Android. That's a luxury, okay? To the government, that's a luxury, okay? To the government, you're not supposed to have cable, okay? To the government, there's a lot of things that was not prioritized right on Section 8, because Section 8, was supposed to be on it for 20 years, okay? To get food stamps, was supposed to get food stamps for 17 years. I hear one lady said that she had one child starting on it, but she got 6. How did you do that? Okay, I can understand maybe 1 or 2, the second one slipped out, but you had another 4 more. So my thing is, you don't get no sympathy for people like that, because my thing is, then I hear a lady that was in a wheelchair and she's sympathetic, but then she got 8 children. How you do that? How you lay down in the bedroom and you get 8 children and you're in a wheelchair? I don't understand. So my thing is, it was only supposed to be temporary, okay? So what you got to do, okay, because back in the days, we didn't have no Hot Pockets. Back in the days, we didn't have all this extra foolishness, juices up on the refrigerator, all kinds of cereals. Okay, you got to go back to the basics. You got to go back to oatmeal and you got to go back to cornflakes, okay? Rice and chicken never gets old, okay? You're going to have to go back to cinnamon sugar on buttered toast. You got to go back to the basics. You got to go back to evaporated milk and sugar. That's your milk right there, honey, and put some little sweetener in it. And that's what you got to go back to. You got to go back to the basics. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. That never gets old, okay? You got to go back to Spam sandwiches. You got to go back to liverwurst, and you got to go back to those type of meats and stuff by the bulk, okay? Sardines and cans never get old, and crackers. You've got to go back to the basics, okay? So this is why you're not getting a lot of sympathy from American people, because we've been trying to get it out of the mud. Some of us only have $300 to $500 to last us to the next payday. And we got to divide that into 14 days, and we got to make it do what it do, okay? So that's why you're not getting a lot of sympathy from people who have to work, because we're paying for that. We're paying into that for you guys to live a life of luxury. I've seen people with see my nails. I do my nails myself because I cut that out because I'm trying to do some other things. I'm trying to work within myself and saying, Tina, what can you cut out to go ahead and save your pennies in the bank, because I'm a saving woman. You understand me? So my thing is, this is why you're not being a lot of sympathy from the working class, is because we've got to get it out of the mud ourselves. The government ain't helping us. We're feeding into the system so you can have a better life. That's why, okay? All right, God bless.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That first girl that we just saw, like after I just recently talked, how you only got, or like, okay, so you're on Section 8, and then your Section 8 cancels on you without you knowing, and then your landlord shows up saying the Section 8 is not working. Then you got to pay it out of pocket because it's not covering it anymore, and then boom, you got to pay 1,124. You got to get 1,124 hours. Like, how can you do that when you're already reliant on Section 8? You know what I mean? Like, you're kind of just screwed at that point. But I don't know.
So I guess the Section 8 low-income housing guidelines have changed since you know who was voted into office, which was a horrible, horrible mistake, okay, for one. So now I get a letter today. I get a letter from Section 8 stating that after 13 years of being on Section 8, I either have to show that I am disabled, that I can't mentally or physically get a job, or complete at least 15 hours of community service, okay? Or I have to show that I do have a job, or that I am doing 15 hours of community service a week. If I show you that I get a job, you take away my Section 8, okay? I have 6 kids, all different dads, okay? I have been on Section 8 for 13 years. I'm not going to get a job. I can't get a job, okay? Not all of my kids are in school, so I have to stay home and be a mother to them. So now I'm at risk of losing my Section 8 because I can't show that I'm disabled mentally or physically. Well, I can't work. I can't prove to you that I can't work, but I can't work. So how does this make any sense? Can somebody explain this to me?
Okay, y'all. So I'm back. Okay. So now I'm at school at Bethune-Cookman, right? And I am doing really well in school. With Bethune-Cookman, you cannot fail a class. They'll put you out. Once you fail a class, you're out. So there is no failing. And they don't care nothing about me driving from Orlando to Daytona Beach. Whatever time's class starts, that's what time you're supposed to be there. So they giving no love at all. But it's a good environment. We praying before tests, and everybody working together because everybody, you going through the program together as like a team, right? So one good thing about, I'm gonna tell you how I lost my Section 8. So I ended up losing my Section 8 because with Bethune-Cookman, after you finish your first semester, you're able to challenge of nursing school. You're able to challenge the LPN state boards. So I don't know if it's still like that, but that's how it was back then. You could challenge the state boards and you could be an LPN even though you didn't go to school as for LPN. Now, mind you, I'm doing this with a GED. Prerequisites, an AA degree, and my first semester in nursing school. I'm just thugging this thing out. I'm just feeling like, God, you got me. You put me in this. You gonna manifest this for me, right? So I found out that we could challenge the state boards, and I'm like, say less. What? I'm on that. So I was the only one out of my whole class who challenged the state boards as the LPN, to be the LPN. I had to, Pearson View was the testing site. Testing company that we had to take the test. And I had to drive all the way to Gainesville. And I'm telling you, that was the most stressful time ever. I think it was like $200 and some to challenge the boards. I want to say it was like $200 and some to challenge the LPN state boards. And I went in there and I parked and I prayed and I said, okay, Lord, I only got $200. Okay. So we need to go in here. I'm adding him in there. I know he's like, girl, I ain't got nothing to do with this. This all you doing this, but whatever. I said, we need to go in here. We need to pass this test on the first attempt, Lord. I need this. I need this, Lord. Come on, help me out. I was working at Wells Fargo at the time, and I was making $10 an hour, which was fine because I still had my food stamps and I still had my Section 8. So $10 was good because I'm basically a welfare recipient. I'm still living on the government. So I go in, I sit down, I take the test. I forgot how many questions I had now. But I take the LPN state boards. 72 hours later, they send me a notification saying that my results from my Pearson View exam is up. What I did was, okay, they said it was up. I checked it and I had passed my boards. But what I did prior to that was, so they used to say, oh, well, if you go on to Pearson View after you take the test and you try to pay for that same test again, if it lets you pay for it again, you fail. But if it does not let you pay for it again, you pass. So when I got home, Gainesville is probably 2 hours away from Orlando. So when I got home, I tried to go on and pay for the LPN state boards again. And it wouldn't let me pay for it. It said you need to contact your board of nursing or something like that. It wouldn't let me pay for it again. So in my mind, I'm already saying, well, dang, I passed, but I don't know for sure for those 72 hours. 72 hours later, they sent me a message and they said, you passed. Got my first job. My first job, I want to say it was making $22 an hour. Back then, it was a lot. That was a lot of money for LPN, making 22. I was making $22.05 per hour at 36 hours per week. I'm working as a nurse and going to school for nursing, which made nursing school much easier for me, 10,000%. I don't know if they still allow you all to do that, but if you are able to challenge the LPN boards while you're in nursing school, do it. I am telling you, 10,000%, that made nursing school much easier for me, okay? That's just my sidebar. So I went down, I had Section 8 through Orange County Housing Authority. So in Orlando, we have Orlando Housing Authority and we have Orange County Housing Authority. With Orlando Housing Authority, you can only live in the city limits. You'll know that the house is the city limits because on the green street sign, it'll have a water fountain on there representing Lake Eola in Orlando. Orange County, it'll have an orange on it. So I had Orange County, which means I can live anywhere in Orange County versus having Orlando Housing Authority. You can only live in Orlando in the city limits. Okay. So I went down to Orange County Housing Authority and, I told my worker, I said, listen, I don't need the Section 8 anymore. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, you could take me off the Section 8. I said, I've challenged the LPN state boards. I passed and I have a job making $22.05 per hour at 36 hours per week. So I want to pay my own rent. And he was like, well, wait a minute. Let's just wait it out. Let's just wait it out and see how it goes before you just give up your Section 8. And for Orange County, the waiting list was so long. And I said to him, I said, nope. I'm going to be just fine. I want for you to give that voucher to somebody else who needs it because I don't need it anymore. And I never looked back. They took me off Section 8 that month. I paid my own rent that next month. And I've been paying my own rent since. Well, I own my home now. I purchased this house in 2016. But I've been paying my rent the whole while ever since. So that's how I lost my Section 8.
Yep. So that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just to touch back onto some of the old clips, you know what I'm saying? First clip, getting evicted in the rain. That's hella messed up, you know what I mean? Like, you couldn't even get a U-Haul, couldn't even get nothing. Like, it's just all damaged, you know what I mean? That sucks, bro. And the lady who, like, out of nowhere decided to come up with 1,100 because the Section 8 just stopped covering it. I feel like that's so messed up. I mean, like, I don't really understand how Section 8 works, so maybe there was some way that she could have checked, but, like, if there was no way to check and it was just out of the blue, that's so messed up, because it's like, how can you even recover from that, you know what I mean? How can you just pull 1,100 out your ass out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it's like, I don't know, that just sucks, you know what I'm saying? And that lady who lost Section 8 after 13 years, like, that sucks, but, like, I feel like you've had, like, okay, not to be rude, and maybe I'm coming from a place of privilege because I've never, like, been Section 8 or nothing like that, but, like, I feel like after 13 years, I feel like that should have been enough time to, like, pull yourself up and be able to not, or, like, no longer be reliant on that program, you know what I'm saying? But maybe I'm out of touch or something, but, like, I don't know if you guys get what I'm getting at. Like, I feel like 13 years of government assistance, that should give you enough time to, like, hopefully recover or at least make it out of where you're reliant on it, you know what I mean? But I think, or I've heard that a lot of people who are on Section 8 in these kinds of programs, they become like reliant on it and they just don't want to work. And to be honest, I don't want to work either. And I feel like nobody who works wants to work, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's just something that needs to be done. Like, you need to make money somehow. So, relying on Section 8, I mean, like, obviously people are struggling more than others, and some people genuinely need it, and some people are just being lazy with it, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying, or like, I'm not trying to say this girl is one or the other. It's just, I'm just generally saying that. But yeah, like, that's just my thought process on it. I don't want to be rude or anything, you know what I mean? I don't understand what they have going on, so I can't really like say in full detail like what I think is going on with them, by the way, you know what I mean? But by the way, Section 8, I just searched this up, by the way. Section 8 is a program where the people or like the citizens, they pay 30% of their income to like the essentials like rent and utilities, while the program pays the rest to the landlord, I think. And you can choose any and the citizens or recipients, they can choose any eligible housing unit, which means like apartments, townhouses, or single family homes, as long as they meet the housing quality standards and the rent is like considered reasonable by the local authority. But yeah, and to qualify for it, right? Your annual gross income has to be 50% of the air has to be below 50% of the area's median income. So if the median income is 100K, if you're making less than 50K, then boom. And obviously 100K is not the average for nobody. It's just that's just easy numbers, you know what I'm saying? And people who are making below 30% are prioritized by it. And but there's a big wait list because federal funding is limited. So there's a big wait list. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like if you're on it for like not to diss that lady, it's just I don't really understand, you know what I mean? It's like if you're in the program for so long, you're getting assisted. The assistance is to help you like right now so you can like maybe save some money, build some wealth, so you can like not need to rely on it anymore, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, like am I tripping or like I feel like that's enough time to like at least recover financially somewhat, you know what I mean? But like I don't know, because I don't know if I'm coming from like a place of like privilege. I mean I am coming from a place of privilege, but I don't know. I really don't understand. Hey, let me know what your guys' experiences are with any like government support, government funding. Like I think they used to give out checks during COVID or something, like COVID relief checks or something, because people were losing jobs and stuff. Like let me know your guys' experience any like with any like government assistance, you know what I'm saying? I don't think me or my family have ever done that, which, you know, I do come from a place of privilege. Obviously, I've acknowledged that countless times in this video. So I'm not trying to come off as rude or stating the truth at all, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just let me know your guys' experience because I really want to know, to be honest. But hope you guys all have a great day. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.